Educational Trust imparts the best of education in an Islamic environment for your child. The school promotes an environment in which the students can learn, understand and practice their way of life, Islam, as they strive for excellence in subjects like mathematics, science, English, history, geography and others.
My religion is a religion of total submission to the will of God.
The word Islam itself means submission. Islam says no drinking alcohol. A lot of Muslims drink alcohol.
I'm sure you have promised Allah not to commit sin. True or not?
Faith increases by good deeds, by doing righteous deeds.
When you look into the mirror, what do you see? When you think about yourself, what comes to mind? Do you feel inferior, ashamed, or there is that pride and dignity?
एक कम ब्रा हम दिवत्या नास्तिक ना नास्तिक इंसान भगवान एक ही है दूसरा नहीं है नहीं है नहीं है जरा भी नहीं है
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace, mercy and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be on all of you. We begin this session with an enactment by confident children of the Islamic International Schools. I suppose so they are taking over this International Islamic Dawah Conference. And what else? Small people like me and big international distinguished speakers on Islam, what else can we do but sit back and relax, enjoy ourselves as we give center stage to the children of IIS presenting the International Islamic Dawah Conference before us. Welcome them, brothers and sisters.
Respected dignitaries and my dear brothers and sisters, I, Dr. Muhammad Naik, welcome all of you to this exclusive and unique conference. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is a remarkable occasion for all of us present here, as well as for millions of Peace TV viewers watching from across the world. Today we have with us internationally renowned orators to present before us motivating, inspiring and educative thoughts on Dawah. Unfortunately though, some of the speakers we hoped would be here could not make for this conference as they are busy with a parallel conference in the UK. But yes, we still have many more speakers with us tonight in this special Islamic Dawah conference. Here I take the honor to invite our esteemed panel on the dais. Brothers and sisters, please welcome Sheikh Sudesh, Sheikh Shuraim, Sheikh Ahmad Didat, Brother Abdul Rahim Green, Dr. Abu Amina Bilal Phillips, Dr. Jamal Badwi, Brother Hussein Yee, Imam Siraj Wahaj, Brother Yasir Qazi, Brother Salim Al-Amri, Brother Yasir Fazaga, Sheikh Jafar Idris, and Dr. Zakir Naik. Jazakallah for the warm welcome. So we begin with the recitation from the Holy Quran by Sheikh Sudais, who will be reciting from Surah Qaf, verses 16 to 26, followed by Sheikh Shuraim.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولقد خلقنا الإنسان ونعلم ما توسوس به نفسه ونحن أقرب إليه من حبل الوريد إذ يتلقى المتلقيان عن اليمين وعن الشمال قعيد ما يلفظ من قول إلا لديه رقيب أتيد وجاءت سكرة الموت بالحق ذلك ما كنت منه تحيد ونفخ في الصور ذلك يوم الوعيد وجاءت كل نفس معها سائق وشهيد لقد كنت في غفلة من هذا فكشفنا عنك غطاءك فبصرك اليوم حديد وقال قرينه هذا ما لدي عتيد ألقيا في جهنم كل كفار عنيد مناع للخير معتد مريب صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah Sheikh Sudais. Now I humbly request Sheikh Shuraim to present his recitation. Sheikh Shuraim will be reciting Surah Insan from verses 23 to 31.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا نحن نزلنا عليك القرآن تنزيلا فاصبر لحكم ربك ولا تطع منهم آثما أو كفورا واذكر اسم ربك بكرة وأصيلا ومن الليل فاسجد له وسبحه ليلا طويلا إن هؤلاء يحبون العاجلة ويذرون وراءهم يوما ثقيلا نحن خلقناهم وشددنا أسرهم وإذا شئنا بدلنا أمثالهم تبديلا إن هذا تذكرة فمن شاء اتخذ إلى ربه سبيلا وما تشاءون إلا أن يشاء الله إن الله كان عليما حكيما يدخل من يشاء في رحمته والظالمين أعد لهم عذابا أليما صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah, Sheikh Shurem. Now I take the honor to invite the icon of the Muslim world. This Lionheart is popularly known as a Muslim scholar of the Christian Bible, the one who revolutionized the very face of Islam and comparative religion, inspiring thousands of youth across the world. The man who needs no introduction, the champion who has debated with several prominent personalities of Christendom. Please help me welcome Sheikh Ahmad Didat.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. We can safely divide the religions of the world into two major groups. One might be described as the Aryan religions and the other the Semitic religions. Among the Semitic religions, of course, there would be Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. From the Muslim point of view, they have a common origin. But we in Islam, we do not really think that these three are different. According to the Muslim belief, there is no such thing as Judaism and no such thing as Christianity. We term them all Islam. Means the teachings of Moses, Jesus, and Muhammad, we say was Islam. Now, when the question arises, what do you think of Judaism? For example, if Moses was alive with us today, and if we questioned him, if we could, "Oh Moses, what is your religion?" I personally do not expect him to say that my religion is Judaism, because this is a term which Moses never heard. This word Judaism is not in the Old Testament, or in the Torah of the Jews, or in the Talmud, or in the Mishnah. But Moses, we expect him to say that my religion is a religion of total submission to the will of God, a religion of total submission to God's will. And one word for that in the Arabic language is Islam. Now, when we come to Christianity, the same principle applies, that Jesus Christ, in his lifetime, he didn't hear the word Christianity, nor did he say that I am a Christian. If he was alive with us here today, in his second coming, and if we could have the privilege of questioning him, "Oh Jesus, what is your religion?" I do not expect him to say that my religion is Christianity. I expect him to say that my religion is a religion of total submission to God's will. Now, when the question arises, what do you think of Judaism? For example, if Moses was alive with us today, and if we questioned him, if we could, "Oh Moses, what is your religion?" I personally do not expect him to say that my religion is Judaism, because this is a term which Moses never heard. This word Judaism is not in the Old Testament, or in the Torah of the Jews, or in the Talmud, or in the Mishnah. But Moses, we expect him to say that my religion is a religion of total submission to the will of God, a religion of total submission to God's will. And one word for that in the Arabic language is Islam. Now, when we come to Christianity, the same principle applies, that Jesus Christ, in his lifetime, he didn't hear the word Christianity, nor did he say that I am a Christian. If he was alive with us here today, in his second coming, and if we could have the privilege of questioning him, "Oh Jesus, what is your religion?" I do not expect him to say that my religion is Christianity. I expect him to say that my religion is a religion of total submission to God's will. And one word for that in the Arabic language is Islam. Islam, the word Islam comes from the word salam. Salam means peace. In its religious connotations, Islam means total submission to the will of God. And the one who submits to such a system is called a Muslim. These three religions, we say they are the same, but on different levels. In the fundamentals of these three religions, there is not an iota of difference as taught by the prophets, as taught by Jesus, Moses, and Muhammad. If you take the first commandment of the Jews, the first commandment in Hebrew, this is what it sounds like. Shama Israelo Adonai Ilah, Haino Adonai Ichad, which means literally, hear, O Israel, the Lord, our God, the Lord is one. Now, when we come to Jesus, we are told in the Gospel of Saint Mark that a learned man of the Jews, he comes to Jesus and he questions him, what commandment is the first of all? And Jesus, he answers unto him, I'm quoting to you in the Hebrew language, Shama Israelo Adonai Ilah, Haino Adonai Ichad, which means, literally, which means, again, hear, O Israel, the Lord, our God, the Lord is one. He repeated word for word what was given by Moses some 1300 years before, without a change of a dot. When we come to Muhammad, some 600 years after Jesus, he's confronted by a delegation of Christians. A deputation came from an area called Najran, outside Medina. These Christians were questioning him with regards to the theology and the teachings of Muhammad and the revelations that he had received. During the course of discussion, the spokesman for the Christians, he posed the question, "O Muhammad, what is your concept of God?" And Muhammad was made to say, "Qul huwallahu ahad," say he is God, the one and only. The last word ahad, ahad means the one and only. Jesus said ikhad, which means one and only. Moses said ikhad, which means one and only. What is the difference between these three? Actually, it is the same word meaning the same thing, which means in the fundamentals of the teachings of Moses, Jesus, and Muhammad, we no change at all as given by the prophets. We say Muhammad was a Muslim, we are Muslims, Jesus was a Muslim, the Quran describes his disciples were Muslims, meaning they submitted their will to the will of God. A Muslim doesn't mean the follower of Muhammad. It means the one who submits. In the garden, if you remember, in the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus Christ, he cried to his Lord and he said, "O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass away from me, but not as I will, but as thou will." Now, that not as I will, but as thou will, one word for that would be Muslim. Moses was a Muslim, Jesus was a Muslim, Muhammad was a Muslim, Abraham was a Muslim. Anyone who submits his will to the will of God is a Muslim. And the religion which they all follow is Islam. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Jazakallah, Sheikh Didat. Now we have the next speaker of the day, Dr. Abu Amina Bilal Phillips, a Jamaican-born Canadian citizen who embraced Islam in 1972. He has completed his doctorate in Islamic theology from the University of Wales, UK. He has authored several books on Islam along with his numerous lectures delivered across the globe. Please welcome Dr. Abu Amina Bilal Phillips.
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. All praise is due to Allah, and may Allah's peace and blessings be upon the last messenger of Allah. Increasing faith in difficult times is a topic which begins by assuming that we understand what faith is. The definition is belief in the heart, a statement by the tongue, and action upon the pillars of Islam. The Prophet, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, had said, every heart is covered by a cloud, like a cloud covering the full moon, which causes it to suddenly go dark. But when the cloud passes, the moon shines again. That's the faith. Sometimes comes to a low and comes back again when the cloud passes. Faith increases by good deeds, by doing righteous deeds. By committing sins, faith decreases. If we do what Allah has told us to do in the Quran, the way to raise faith, the way to purify it, as Allah showed us the way in Surah Al-Isra, verse 82. وَنُنَزِّلُ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ مَا هُوَ شِفَاءٌ وَرَحْمَةٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. I send down from the Quran what is a cure and mercy for the believers. So if our faith has to increase, it has to increase with the sense within ourselves of peace. We have to have inner peace, peace within ourselves for that faith, the iman to grow. But that faith should be based on knowledge. Let's increase it by doing righteous deeds. This gathering is a righteous deed. If we have come here to get knowledge about Allah, about God, about Islam, about the way of life which is prescribed for man, I ask Allah to help each and every of us leave this gathering with a renewed intention to make Akhirah our goal, to step out of here and to turn our lives around into lives which are pleasing to Allah, to lives which reflect focus on the hereafter. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
دستورنا